Every coffee needs a lotus.
And welcome back to our Selling Under Fire, Secrets of Proactive Selling in a Crisis workshop webinar with Coach MJ Tolan. MJ on the air. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us, for going your sleep just to be with us. I mean, from Florida, it's almost 4. It's already 4 a.m. It will be done in a few minutes in Florida. And we thank you for joining us, sir. Thank you for your passion and generosity.
You're more than welcome.
So right now, sir, would like to just remind our participants that this is part of the value proposition here is that we give to our viewers and our participants something that is for free. We started last April, and then into May, and then now in June. This will go on till July. And that when they receive something for free, we encourage them to pay it forward. While they gain access to all our live webinars, series for a cause, for 3 months now, going to 3 months now, you may donate an amount to all our participants so that you can help families in distress. This is in partnership and the brainchild of Sir J.M. Matienzo, our CEO, and Ms. Iris Malonda, our president, and the whole team of Ariva Academy. Ariva Achievers Foundation partnered with Bayanihan Act 2020 to help our kababayans, the poorest of the poor. And they are mostly in Mahayhay, Laguna. So together, let's show our support to our fellow Filipinos in distress, where they're in survival mode. This is the most difficult time so far, for as long as we can remember. There's a global health crisis, but we can act now. Let's click and donate. Ariva.com.ph/donation. Let other people feel how much you love them. We thank you for that. And Sir MJ, before we go to the Q&A, I'll just greet our participants from all parts of the Philippines. Represented provinces are Albay, Baguio, Bataan, Batangas, Bulacan, Cabanatuan, Cavite, Cebu, Davao, General Santos, Iloilo, Isabela, La Union, Laguna, Negros Oriental, Nueva Ecija, Pampanga, Quezon Province, Rizal Province, Sorsogon, Surigao, Tacloban, Tarlac, and NCR. So thank you for joining us. So, Sir MJ, which part of the Philippines have you already visited, and how long did you stay?
Some of those, I definitely in Manila. Mm-hmm. So I Lived a bit in Makati for a while. I
Wow.
visited. Also, I had a project for some months in Boracay, so I got a chance to be there. Up in Naga City, in Bicol, so
Wow.
I could taste the
You have
spicy nuts and Bicol Express.
yeah. Wow.
Great friends
I'm
and
impressed. I'm
great
impressed.
experiences.
Thank you, sir. So for our participants, you
So
can type
thank
in
you,
your
Kabayan. Thank you,
Kabayan. Salamat Kabayan. Maraming salamat Kabayan
Salamat.
MJ Tolan. For our participants, type in your question at the Q&A box. And you may also click the raise hand button to notify us so you can personally, at least virtually, answer or ask question directly to Sir MJ Tolan. Let me just check from Genesis. Let me just check here. Genesis Allegata. He says, Genesis here, founder of Sales Hacker PH. Thank you, Coach MJ, for the great stories and insights. I wish everyone to be still during this pandemic and keep selling. Well, guys, all right. Sir.
I'm sorry. Is that a question? Oh, when will?
Dan Buenaventura. It's a question by Dan Buenaventura.
Okay.
Can you read it, sir?
Now I can. So what can you suggest we as salespersons can do to be more productive during this pandemic? I think this seminar that we just did, this workshop we just did, I gave you as much as I could give you in an hour. So I think it starts with mindset, starts with looking into your own organization, your products and services, the way that you offer them, the way you distribute them, and to see what other methods that you haven't used before that you could deploy now that will make you more effective. You're going to have to fail fast. That means try something. If it doesn't work, move on, get better at it. But the mindset of yourself, your leadership, your organization has to be that you have a focus, that you have a mission, you have a purpose, you have a passion, and continue to do it. And I have a lot of respect for LBC because they move kabayans around the world.
Yes. Balikbayan boxes. Fredemina Fermin. When most of the companies are laying off, how can recruitment firms and vendors compassionately sell?
Well, I mean, there you go. So now we're talking about value proposition. So you have the companies could say, well, there's lots of people who are unemployed, so we can just go find our own. And the answer is yes, you can. They have a lot of people who are willing to work for less. But then again, I have a lot of companies like you who are willing to pay me more. And the reason that they're willing to pay me more is because of the thoroughness that we go through to vet our candidates, to understand your needs, to be able to make that perfect match, and all the guarantees and the solutions that we provide in that package. And it's for those reasons alone that I think you really should not even consider any other method except becoming our long-term partner now.
I agree. Thank you, sir. Sherwin Olan, how can we use the pandemic situation in the general aspect of sales?
Yeah, so I want to be very careful here because we don't want to ever in sales exploit the pandemic.
Yeah.
But guess what? We can't deny it either. We cannot deny it. So I would just simply say that it would be possible for a product or a service to introduce themselves to the market or a new customer, whether they're new customers, returning customers, if they're upselling, whatever the thing is. I was talking about new sales. Why should you become our customer now? Because there's a pandemic. And it's because of the pandemic that more and more people, just like yourself, are discovering the value of our program and our product because it does this and this and this. And this is why Now, a lot of other people have saved money or time, whatever it is, your value proposition. And this would be a good opportunity for us to show you what they have received. I think that's probably about as most you want to go, but you have to push it out there because the elephant is in the room. The big elephant is there.
Yeah.
It's the pandemic, it's the COVID. And if you don't bring it up, they'll have it in their mind and they'll shut you down because they got fear. So pull all the fears out, get them out so that you can then do your work. You got to do it.
Wow. Genesis Aligata, what are the practical steps you can advise to a salesperson who's currently down and discouraged for not hitting the numbers during this pandemic crisis? This salesperson used to be a performer before the crisis.
Yeah. So first of all, Genesis, great question and awesome name. I've never met a Genesis before. I love that.
There's a lot of Genesis in the Philippines.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, then in the beginning. So then in the beginning, you'll probably appreciate this. He was a good salesperson and now facing fear, hitting resistance. He didn't change the strategy and might need some coaching from you. If you're his leader, on doing everything I said to do that SWOT analysis on himself and the product, the way it's been distributed, the way it's being handled. He has to do that because he will be down. I've been down. Howell has been down. When we don't hear our results, we should be down, but down for a couple seconds, not a day. It's certainly not a week. You can take the hits, but here's the thing about this, guys and gals. You have to become a basketball. You have to become a basketball because you're going to take hit after hit, no after no after no. But if you think about it from here vertically, a basketball, it hits the ground. If it doesn't have the air inside, it will just go flat.
Yeah.
But if it's got the air inside, the air is your passion, your enthusiasm, your spontaneity, your everything, then that air filled in that bag will make that basketball bounce. And that's what you need to do. Bounce into the bank.
I love how you illustrated it that way. And at 4 a.m., you're so full of that, that passion and motivation.
MJ on the air, it just gets better and better over here.
And then anonymous attendee asks this question. The Philippines is a price-conscious market. Or so with the pandemic, they want more and like to pay less. How do you sell a service and your prices are higher than your competitors?
I love the question. Thank you so much for that. One of the biggest mistakes that organizations make in times of a crisis is that, sales have dropped, so we're going to discount our product. And I personally don't believe that's the answer. I don't necessarily want you to understand it's not that you shouldn't do promotions, but not cheapen your product.
Yeah.
And then if you have other people who've done that, have a similar service, but a cheaper product, then you must have you must have your own USP. If you don't have a unique selling proposition, your own USP, the reason why your prices are better or more expensive to the client, and you have to regurgitate that message back to your clients by saying, in the nicest way, you're right. Our prices are not the same as so and so and so.
Yeah.
And if I were you, I'd feel exactly the same way until I found out that the money that our clients are paying gives them this, and that. And it's for those reasons, when they understood it, that they not only purchased our product, but brought their other friends into it, knowing full well they could buy it cheaper down the street, but now knowing with confidence what it is that we can actually do for them through the care that we deliver.
Wow. So that's a pitfall. Discounting the price and then going into the cutthroat competition.
Don't get me wrong. Promotions are cool. They're timely and they're cool, and I do them time to time myself. But dropping your price because of a situation, how do you ever raise it again.
Yeah,
You
that's
just
right.
told your market that your price wasn't as valuable as you thought. No.
Thank you, sir. Anonymous attendee asks you, uh, I am in HR and I think our salespeople needs help on this matter. How do you motivate salespeople? So HR personnel motivating the salespeople.
Well, I mean, first of all, thank you for your courageous question, HR person. You might not always think that you're appreciated by organizations, but I, for sure, as a leader, definitely appreciate everything that HR people do for us and have done in the past. And I guess you're kind of looking at performance because you might have some KPIs in your pay package, et cetera. Your leadership has the responsibility to align your sales team, but your sales team are individuals. Like you have, I grew up in a family with 8 boys. So you could say just metaphorically that was our sales team. And it wasn't, not everybody was motivated. Not everyone was motivated that particular day. You had some people crying, you had other ones screaming. So you're not going to have them all motivated, but you do know that there are some in there that perform. This crazy number about the 80-20 rule, 80% of your sales that come from 20% of your salespeople. It's so crazy, but it's like happens in so many different industries. You never know who's going to perform. What you can do as an HR person, I'll tell you exactly what you can do. You can create a nurturing environment where you put out in your company's culture that you look to your salespeople as partners. You look to them as the hand looks at fingers. And you respect those people who are doing that job for the company because they are generating income for the company that eventually will pay your salary and cover the expenses of the company. And just because they're salespeople and other people have shiny business cards, you have the chance as an HR leader to make a difference. And if you show them that appreciation and you show them that respect, nobody is going to be able to drag them to another company, not even for 20% more money. It ain't going to happen.
Wow. So that's the power of culture and what HR can do. Thank you, Sir MJ. We have a live question from Paul Gerard Flores. Sir Paul Gerard? Hello? Are you in the room? Hello? Paul Gerald. In the meantime, as we try to connect Paul Gerald Flores and put him on the video, how do you fix your mindset from one anonymous attendee?
Take a shower.
The mindset of take a shower.
No matter how bad you feel, if you take a shower, you're going to feel better anyway. So then get out and decide how you're going to do it. Look, there's no quick fix for any answer. I think it's important that you clean yourself. Just when I use the example of having a shower, but you have to clean yourself every day. You're going to come home. If you're in the sales job, you're going to come home and you can come home beaten because you didn't get the results you wanted. Yeah. And you tried and you tried. And, if you're on commission and you didn't get anything, then you're not putting anything in their fridge that day.
Yeah.
You're not feeding the monster over in the corner. So I know it's difficult. I know the feeling. I know the emptiness. But here's what I do believe. I believe that there will be a tomorrow. And I do believe it's a process. And I do believe that if you have the discipline, and this is a decision, this is not something that you're going to try. This is a decision that you know that you have a process. And if your process is not ironclad or airtight, get the coaching that you need. There are other resources. If there's nobody in your company to help you with that, improving that, go on YouTube. There's free resources out there. There are books you can buy. I mean, I was a student of Zig Ziglar while he was alive. Brian Tracy was one of my top mentors. I've had great teachers, and I learned from them like a sponge. And of course, today I benefit from that, and I'm able to, give some of that information back to other folks. But at the end of the day, you're responsible for your attitude. You're responsible for your aptitude. You can decide to learn more or just be the same fish that you were yesterday. And one of the greatest things I ever heard Tony Robbins say was, people are either growing or they're dying, and there's no in between. You're either growing or you're dying, and there's no in between. I just really personally, that really resonated a chord with me. So I think you have the right and the option to continually improve yourself, watch videos, read books, do things that will help you develop good disciplinary habits to get you closer to your goal, that you know exactly where your goal is.
Thank you, Sir MJ. Thank you for that. And I also admire Tony Robbins. The first book of him that I read when I was in college was Awaken the Giant Within. And this is to challenge our self-limiting beliefs. And it has helped me as a career person as well in sales. Sir, I know it's already 4:33 a.m. in Florida, but can you accommodate another question?
Sure, fire away. I'm all good. Well, I mean, now
okay,
what
sir.
am I going to do, right? I'm just going to wake up the neighbors.
So from our YouTube viewer, Dennis Carlos, thank you for sharing your thoughts, Coach MJ Tolan. You have made all your points with passion. So how would you handle your team members if they decided to limit himself during this pandemic?
Can I know a little bit more about what that might mean?
How would you handle a person or a team member who has decided to limit himself during this pandemic? So limit his potential, limit his ability to sell, limit his options of selling.
Well, that's a very subjective question. I appreciate the fact that you're concerned enough. You may even have a member on your team that might be either fearful or despondent, or have feeling like throwing in the towel with all this going on. And you wonder, maybe, am I right? You're thinking, how do I bring them around? How do I coach them back into the performance chair? Listening is always a good start. Listening to what their real concerns are, because there's no reason for you to preach to them about you should be doing this and you should be doing that if you don't really know how they feel. They may have reasons that you don't understand what they are, and their reasons may be coachable. You might say, yes, thank you for sharing that, and because of that, we may be able to do this, this, and this. So I think every individual situation is different. I go back to what I was trying to say to HR. I hope I did that effectively. Treat your people like your partners. You have a partner who's feeling a bit down. You have a partner who's feeling not like giving it all. There's a reason for that. And listen to them. Have empathy. See your salespeople, if you're a leader, as if they are your clients also. They're your number one client. There's nobody more important. As a CEO, I used to arrive in the office and think to myself, once I kind of got over the leadership hump, how do you know these people who have the big business cards and say, I'm so-and-so, and this is my title, and look at my car, and look at my house. Yeah, one of my greatest teachers, Deepak Chopra.
Oh, I love Deepak.
Yeah, well, I was out there with him, with he and 300 other scientists in a 3-day seminar. And the takeaway from those 3 days was, we are neither our positions, what's written on the business card, or our possessions, what we're driving or where we live. So if we're neither our positions or our possessions, who are we? So if you showed up on a desert island and you didn't have your credit cards and you didn't have your business cards, and somebody is over there, got some food, are you going to tell them how important you are, or are you going to try to be nice to them? And, so we're people. We have to treat people like people. So if you treat your salespeople like partners, if you treat the people who are maybe feeling a bit down, don't scowl at them. Listen to them. That's my advice.
Wonderful. Before we call it a day, we'd like to ask you, Sir Michael, what's the takeaway for us? What do you want us to think about as we go to sleep tonight?
Well, first of all, what a wonderful day you're going to have tomorrow, refreshed and recharged with possibly something that I said or something I made you remember. That's what I hope. I hope that you know that, to borrow some words from Brian Tracy, if it's to be, it's up to me.
Wow.
If you can let that be your guiding star, so that when you go through next week, you're going to meet people who all say, yeah, but blah, blah, blah. I don't feel like being positive, po. You know, the market has changed and blah, and there's traffic and, you know, the weather and there's typhoon season and, you know, all this, right? At the end of the day, if it's gonna be, it's up to me. So I have to be responsible 100%. I'm the CEO of myself.
I love it. Thank you, Sir MJ Tolan. Big hand for Coach MJ, everyone.
Thank you.
And good morning to you, sir. Enjoy the rest of the day. And if you can have an afternoon nap, all the better. We thank you, Sir MJ, and we hope to see you again here in the Philippines.
Meet me at MJ on the air. Until then, I can't wait to get to the Philippines.
Thank you so much, sir. Again, big hands for Sir MJ.
Thank you.
And as Sir MJ fades out of the Zoom room, fades in our dear President, Miss Irish Malonda Samson. Hello, Miss Irish.
Hi, Sir Howell. That was really amazing session with
That
Coach
was.
MJ. It was passionately done with fire, of course. Even though he haven't slept yet.
Yeah.
It's already 4:30 in the morning in Florida. With that, Coach MJ, we truly appreciate your dedication in sharing your craft. Thank you so much for sharing your learnings to our participants. Thank you, everyone.
And I can say that
a big hand to Coach.
Big hand for Coach. I can say that he's 100% authentic sales professional who also does coaching and empowers all the sales professionals globally. And we are blessed. We are blessed. Thank you.
Yes,
you,
indeed,
Coach
sir.
MJ.
So, guys, please share with us your learnings, your key takeaways, so we can acknowledge them. But before that, of course, Sir Howell,
Yeah.
your takeaway.
I love how he used COVID-19 as an illustration of how we establish predictable resistance, objections, and rebuttal. And so when we make everything, every objection, every resistance, every rebuttal, something predictable, we can prepare for that. And nothing can make us be afraid of selling at all, not even during COVID-19 pandemic. So brilliant learning.
Very well said, Sir Howard.
What about you,
Well,
Miss Irish?
with mine, sir, it's simply as a salesperson myself, you should always believe in your services, your product, your offerings. Have a mindset of a consultant that you would be the solution to their problem. And of course, what is the distinctive value proposition that you can offer to your clients, especially nowadays?
We don't sell features, we sell benefits.
Yes, sir.
That's why you were able to hit all your targets despite the pandemic.
Yes, I don't consider myself as selling. I consider myself, I think this one is a calling for me.
It is a
it's
calling.
My purpose in life, yes.
And when selling becomes
Give
a calling,
trainings, yes,
you'll hit your target.
Yes, and of course, thank you so much, Sir Howell, for wonderfully moderating our session today.
I felt like he's my older brother. I felt so spiritually connected from one salesperson to another. So I felt that, and it's a pleasure. Thank you for this privilege.
Thank you, Sir Howell. I'll be seeing you tomorrow again for another wonderful e-learning session. Okay?
What time tomorrow?
3 to 4:30 p.m.
3
Same
p.m.
time, sir. Yes.
Thank you, Miss Iris, and thanks
Thank
everyone.
you.
Don't you go away.
Have a great day, Sir Howell.
You
And
too.
of course, I have few announcements to make. This is not yet the end of our e-learning session. Ariva Academy would like to thank the following win-win partners: our official media partner, Art Plus Magazine; digital media partners, Focus Media, Globaltronics, City Advertising Ventures, Outcome, Elevate Media. For major sponsor, Pacific Cross Philippines. For win-win partners, thank you to Brother Faber-Castell, Gluta-C, Moringa O2, KFC, Mr. Donut, Tokyo, Lotus Biscoff, Boss Job, Sir Technology Inc., Finma Properties, Salary Jet, Ilawi Korea, Kittleson and Carpo Consulting, Enchanted Kingdom, Disperse, Cosmotech Philippines Inc., MindChump's virtual preschool program. To register, please call them at 0906-486-0710 or email them at lisakanabe@mindchumps.org. And if you want to place your ads here, advertise your company, your services, your logo, have a brand exposure to thousands of viewers through FB, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Zoom, please email us at marketing@ariva.com.ph. To stay on top of our insights and updates, know more on our upcoming learning programs, watch our live streaming of e-learning sessions, please stay connected and visit us on our social media sites. Join the Ariva Academy Facebook group, like the Ariva Facebook fan page, follow the Ariva Academy LinkedIn page, and visit our website. It's www.ariva.com.ph. And if you want to watch the replay of our session this afternoon and the previous e-learning sessions that we had, please do visit us on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe and click the bell button. It's Ariva Academy YouTube channel and Ariva Talks. Again, Ariva Academy and Ariva Talks. For our upcoming online learning sessions, please register. Please visit our website, www.ariva.com.ph. We would like, again, to invite you on our live webinar series for a cause. This is the HR Virtual Summit PH 2020. We have invited international, global subject matter experts to share with us their wisdom in the HR field. This will be tomorrow. Don't forget to register. June 3, 3 to 4:30 p.m. We will be having Coach Eric Riego de Dios. He will be discussing transformations through growth mindset, learning and thriving through challenges. Don't forget to register. Tuesday, June 9, this is a live webinar series for a cause, Coach with Acts. Of course, this will be discussed by none other than Coach May Soriano. How to connect with clarity and confidence, building community in times of uncertainty and isolation. This will be discussed by Coach Carrie Phipps, and this will be on Wednesday, June 10. Don't forget, June 10, 3 to 4:30 p.m. An e-learning masterclass, of course, by none other than Mr. Jonathan Yabut. Please do join us. How to manage the millennials in the workplace. There's only $799 per participant. This will be on June 16. Again, June 16, 4 to 6 p.m. Another e-learning masterclass from Mr. Jonathan Yabut, the Asia's millennial guru. Work smart, not just hard. How to boost your productivity at work. This will be on Wednesday, June 17, 4 to 6 p.m. E-learning masterclass, of course, prospecting, cold calling, telephone sales, and closing the deal. This will be discussed by Mr. Chris Randall from United States. This will be on Thursday, June 18, 3 to 5 p.m. Second batch of online selling from home, how to use FBIG and LinkedIn for your business. Please do join us and register. This will be on June 24, 4 to 6 p.m. Of course, this will be discussed by Mr. Jonathan Yabut. Another e-learning masterclass, crisis management strategies in sales. This is very timely, guys. Ultimate winning sales strategies during a crisis and beyond. This is only $899 per participant. This will be on Thursday, June 25, 3 to 5:30 p.m. And we will be having again Coach MJ Tolan to discuss this session. And if you want to customize an e-learning session, a webinar for your company, for your team, please do call me at 0916-695-4418 or email me at irish.arivacademy@gmail.com. That's it, guys. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Don't forget to register again. This will be tomorrow. Transformations through growth, mindset, learning, and thriving through challenges. Hope that you learn a lot this afternoon. Hope that you can apply it to your workplaces. Again, this is Irish Malona Samson in Ariva. It's all about being better. Be safe. Thank you and have a great day. Bye bye.